Welcome back, welcome back.
Shout out Trump. Shout out Big Dog. Salute to the Big Dog. Sith Lord style. Now, I know that sounds really fucking weird, but I'm coming from the respect. You know? See, you mere mortals and you fucking, people that are on one side or the other, you don't understand the big dog leagues. Because you've never been a big dog. So you don't know how to have respect for your enemy. That shit sounds contradiction to you. Like, respect my enemy? What the fuck are you talking about? They're my enemy. Why? I'm supposed to hate them and think they're stupid and fucking And you never learned the true lesson of Jesus or anything the Most High was trying to teach you. And that's why they keep fucking you up. That's why you can't endure through the bullshits, See, before I learned about the Most High and His respect, sound the horns, my daddy in the building, I learned off the world like everybody else. And for some odd reason, the world literally doesn't even know that anymore. The world taught me this, like bad guys taught me this. Respect. The cop that knows the fucking gangbanger's a gangbanger, but he's not doing crazy things, so he doesn't give him excessive tickets. He doesn't bust his balls every time he sees them. But every time they see each other, they look at each other like, yeah, buddy, that's my ops. You know what I mean? And that detective or whatever, he's not gonna bust your balls. Why? Because you're just a criminal. You know what I mean? You do your shit smooth, you smart, and he actually has to work hard to figure out to get you. He has to, you know what I mean? You giving that nigga purpose. You make that nigga better. You know what I'm saying? Good guys forget that shit. If there ain't no bad guys, if bad guys stay dumb and everything stays the way it is, well, you don't get smarter and you don't get stronger. See, life is all about yin and yang, push and pull. One side's going to push and the other's going to pull, get it? One side's going to get a lot of power and the other side's going to get a lot of power. One side will never rule completely over the other. The force itself will stop you. You know my father? You know your father? The devil? See, this is what nobody fucking understands, and I keep trying to tell everybody. My father runs shit. Your father runs you in this world. But my father tells your father what to fucking do. And my father says, if there's not a balance the way I like it, I'll get rid of all of you and there's nothing you can do about it. Your father loves life so much and understands the whole purpose is being here, even if you don't have anything, that they'll get rid of every last one of you and start all over. They'll throw you all under the bus. Because you don't have respect. Like Satan when he went to the throne room of God. And he got caught talking shit like he could beat the Most High. And the Most High didn't get up off his throne and smack the dog shit out of him. He ain't hit this nigga with hellfire. He ain't get the Michael sword and say, nigga will say to my face. He ain't do none of that. He sat right in his throne and said, come here. You say you could be me? Look at me. Look at me. You know what happens if you look at me, right? Look at me while I'm sitting on my throne and this flame of fire is around me. I dare you to look at me because I'm the only one that can walk through it. I'm the only one that can look at it without evaporating into non-existence. So if you can run shit better than me, this is your first test. Because if you want to sit on my throne, nigga, it's surrounded by these fires. So look at me. Do you understand how much of a real respect that is? When you know you can destroy your enemy like a fucking bug, squash him like a bug. Satan kneeled down, would not look at him. He can't look at him. The Lord could have got a golden rod and smashed the back of his head in. and said, I ain't giving you a third chance to go tempt Adam and Eve, even though I know you're going to do it. I'll smash your head in right now. I'll drag you through this fire. I'll come off my throne, drag your ass around my motherfucking throne room, and then to finish you off, I'll just walk your ass back to my throne and let you evaporate. You know? But the Lord had respect for his son. He understood he's an idiot. And anybody and everybody's gonna want the throne. You know, you can't hate a nigga for wanting to be the man. You just gotta tell him, you wanna be the man, get your ass up here and now come be the man. You gotta do what the man do. You gotta do what I do, you know? So I learned a lot from mafia movies and the things, rap, all these things that people say are so negative and teach so much sin and all of this. Well, it taught me to have fucking respect. It taught me if you don't want to get rolled over by the bad guys, mind your motherfucking business, nigga. Until it's that time when, you know, they put you in that corner and you gotta take that Jesus moment and say, well, nah, there's rules to this. Yeah, I understand I got to submit. But nah, dog, there's rules. You going over the rules now, and since you gonna go over the rules, I'm gonna go kamikaze on you. You know what I mean? And we gonna see. And I demonstrated the power of that through this last 4 years. Niggas had all that power, all that money. You know what they didn't have? Respect for me. They didn't have enough respect to be like, one nigga could literally figure out everything we're fucking doing and stop us in our fucking tracks. Because he knows our weakness. So he can use our weakness against him and then look like the most powerful man in the world while we run our fucking mouths all day acting like shit's the same, but everything's different. It's called respect. When you don't have respect for your enemy, when the shit really happens, you bring disrespect to yourself, dishonor. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that always helped me maneuver through other hoods or living in other states and living around other people that truly you already know don't like you. You know what I'm saying? It's the respect. When your enemy sees you can have respect and know they don't like you, and you can respect enough to either not be seen, so, you know, out of sight, out of mind, you do your own fucking thing. See, that's a respectful thing right there. The bad guys love that shit. You know what I mean? They're like, you know what I mean? We don't want to hear that shit, Sharif. You know what I'm saying? We understand, but, you know, we don't want to hear that shit. Bring that shit somewhere else, dog. You know? But anyway, back to Trump. The reason I say shout out to him is because he taught me something that good people try to teach, you know, that you can't trust everybody, and that a lot of people are fucking snakes, and they're only in it for what they can get, you know. And when people think you're losing, or when people think you're about to get the power to tear their ass up, it's vengeance time. It's my time now. You know? Everybody wants to run their fucking mouth until you get into that captain seat. You know? Like watching getting his second term, I seen so many people run their fucking mouth about this guy. And I'm on that, stand on it. If you don't like somebody, stand on that. When they get more power than you, stand on that. Take the repercussions of what you know this man gonna do to you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you would have won and you would have got somebody else in there, y'all would have went right at that nigga head. He'd be probably in jail right now if he lost. Y'all be all over that nigga head. And I can respect him, not saying I like him or whatever, but I can respect it because he showed me how disgusting people can be. How 1 minute they're fucking making videos talking about the devil himself and I do anything to make sure this person doesn't get there. Then they get there, and then you're writing apology letters. You're making apology videos, talking about, yeah, it's no hard feelings. It's just political. And yo, bro, you was calling him a fucking PO. You're not gonna walk that back down, even if he really is or whatever. Information ain't come out yet, so I ain't gonna accuse nobody of nothing. I don't care what nobody say. I understand the big dog leagues and how to lie on niggas to get their ass up out of there. So, but I also know, some dudes is corrupted. So it's a 50-50 for me, and I don't really give a fuck anyway. What I do care about is he exposed, man, people. Now those same people are fucking rallying behind him, pretending like they always was with him. You know what I'm saying? It's pathetic. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if the bad guy side's like that, then what the fuck is the good guy side like? You know what I mean? Oh yeah, it's the same exact thing. A bunch of people that pretend they're good until they can get your ass up out of there, and someone could be better than you or something. It's a fucking joke. So many people are betrayers. Which then he made the other thing in the theory of mine come into my head, and it gave it more solidification. Most people are fucking the bottom of the pyramid, nigga. You are a fucking regular nigga then, you're gonna be a regular nigga in the middle, and you're gonna be a regular ass nigga in the end. Why? Because that's just the way it is, and everybody's mad because of it. That's why niggas gotta cheat, lie on people, try to maneuver this and maneuver that, and we got play favorites and outvote and all this goofy shit. It's because you the bottom, dog. You know your ass ain't never supposed to be on top. Motherfuckers getting mad because he cheating his way up there. And niggas like, oh, he cheating. Nigga, all them niggas got caught cheating their way up there. So what the fuck is the difference? He did it better? It's not like the nigga ain't tell you niggas is cheating. That's why when they say he rigged his shit, I'm like, yo, dog, he already told you it was rigged, so what the fuck you expected him to do? Go against the shit fair? Or say, you want a rig? I'm a rig. We gonna see who can rig this shit the best. Now, I'm not saying that's exactly what happened, but I know there's conversations about that. And I'm like, what difference does it make? He called out his opponents for the same shit. So, you mad he could play the game better? You know what I'm saying? Everybody really just exposing themselves without even realizing it. And like I said, man, anything, anyone, if I learn something from you, I give respect. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of good people tell me this shit, and it never sinks in until I go through it myself. And I went through it plenty of times myself, But watching it with him, how big that was, and how quick people were quick to condemn and as soon as he got his crown on, dudes was throwing themselves on the floor. He had people leaving the country, dog. When you got people leaving the country because they're scared you're about to be president, yeah. First of all, you up to something. You did something, and you know that he know, and now that he know, and he could become president, you know he can do something about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not beef for that. That's why everybody be mad at him, trying to act like he's super bad guy. Now, you mad because he a bad guy, and he know you a bad guy, and he got your motherfucking information. He ready to release your shit. And you mad because you can't get his shit. You mad his shit won't come out. And I'm like, man, most real people are we already ahead of the game. We don't need nobody's shit to come out. We don't trust none of you niggas. You know what I'm saying? And we don't care. We don't care about trying to trust you. We care about, listen, bro, you in charge, you running shit. Can we have some extra money on our check? Can we clean up our neighborhoods a little bit? Because, some of these cops are just driving the fuck around. Know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of criminal activity that every fucking child knows in high school, knows who all the drug dealers are, but for some fucking reason the cops never know who all the drug dealers are. I can move in a city and literally within 5 months I can fucking find out everything going on, and I'm not even trying to. I'm just walking around. Niggas are so quick to tell on yourself. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm gonna stop right there because I want to give a shout out to all the cops that do their work. You know, I see y'all out here putting in work. I ain't gonna act like I don't see that. I ain't gonna act like every cop bad. I ain't gonna act like every politician bad or everyone or any. But I don't give a fuck about none of that. Y'all niggas is not with the Lord, so it don't matter. That's why the great Jedi code is, there is no dark side. There is no light side. There is a dark side. There is a light side. It's called being on a team. And the great Jedi don't stand on no good team or no bad team. They stand on the righteous side, the narrow path. You get it? Usually the guy that stays on the narrow path, he's usually the mediator, you know, the one that keeps you apart from each other so you don't rip each other's heads off because you're opposing sides and you're not going to get along because that's the will of the Lord. Enmity. Oh yeah, you gotta separate if there's enmity, but there's only one world, so the world needs a buffer. It needs somebody to sit in the middle so y'all can still exist, they still exist, and then the reality of life keeps going. All love, all praise to the Most High. Shout out to King Solomon, aka Jediah.